Yo, what is up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. We're going to be looking at a team that got me to 3594 earlier in the Love Cup. I've made a video on this same team before, but these are some high level battles and this team just keeps on winning. I don't know what else to say. I don't think I've had a single negative day when I've been running this team. I've had negative sets, but I haven't had a single negative day running this team of Medi, Electrode, and Crustle in Love Cup, so I can't recommend it enough. Only so many days left of Love Cup, and at this current moment in time, I'm at 3550 elo, and I'm actually going to be queuing during this video while I'm shoutcasting, and if we get a match live, we'll play that match. But if I had to guess, I don't think that it's going to work out. I think we're probably not going to find a match. That's how crazy the queue times are. But all that said, let's get into these battles. I'm just resizing a few things there, and we'll get into it. Yeah, so I got to number 3 on the leaderboard with this team. I tanked back down a little bit because I wanted to stream again for better queue times. So I was running Crawdaunt and Porygon, and then I decided I don't like tanking. I don't like losing on purpose, or just like running teams where I'm gonna lose a lot. So it's like this struggle, you know. And this sounds really like, oh, like, because I know a lot of you guys are still struggling to make like ace rank and veteran rank. So I know this sounds kind of stupid and annoying, like, oh, like it's no fun to like lose on purpose or whatever. But it's like this struggle, you know, of like wanting to get your battles in every day and having reasonable queue times, and also wanting to like win. So it's trying to find that balance. And this opponent, really unfortunate for him, we actually got a 3rd shield there, so really unlucky for our opponent. That has been happening more frequently, it seems. I've seen people on Twitter complaining about that. So apologies, my guy. And not only do we get the 3rd shield, but we get refunded. So this is a very lucky game for us that you're going to see here. A lot goes our way. If we don't get the refund and we don't get the 3rd shield, I think that game's a lot closer. I think we still have a chance, but certainly our opponent would have had a chance to win there. Positive lead here against the Scrafty. I'm going to swap in my Electrode into the Slowpoke. I'm going to sneak in the Volt Switch. Psyshock's coming through. I'm going to throw here since if I farm more, I'd be going past 100. Maybe I could have done one more. But our opponent actually shields, which really surprises me. And he double shields. So it's going to allow him to get off a Psyshock, but personally, I don't think this was the play because now all shields are down. I have an energy lead, and I'm going to be able to land a Hyper Beam here. So I'm going to Hyper Beam this Scrafty, boom, and then they snipe me with Clefable with the 1 Charm. So this is actually a little bit scary, and I actually lag right there, so he's 1 ahead. So this is going to be awfully close. Got to go for the Rock Slide. And I need to be able to get rid of this thing before it can potentially land a Moonblast on Medi. And fortunately, it is a simul KO. He had to commit to the farm. That was the play. And we take the win. Ron Universe is the next opponent's Lickitung lead. Pretty solid lead. They swap into Medi, and if you run this team and they save swap Medi, I think you kind of have to stay in, personally, because Electrode, not a very comfortable matchup, and then obviously Crustle just kind of gets hard countered. I decided to no shield here. Sometimes I shield, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends how I'm feeling. And fortunately for us, they baited. I am going to shield this one since he's ramped up. Gonna go for a Psychic here since I was able to call that bait. I'm sort of ahead on energy. He's 5 away, so what I do here is I actually throw my Power-Up Punch because I think he's at 1 HP and he's gonna have to shield this. And look at that, we get the shield and we get the KO. We get the KO through the shield because he wanted to get that psychic off and he was at 1 HP. So that was a pretty nice play, right? That was a pretty nice like read. And I'm just going to bank the Rock Slide. I believe Crustle should win CMP over Wigglytuff. I'm not positive on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But now I'm going to be able to land a Hyper Beam, which won't quite KO, but it should put this thing into Volt Switch down range. Because the Wiggly's either at the move or it's one short. Body Slam coming through. We should be able to tank it. Come out with a Discharge, which is really nice. Get a Denial there. And then our Switch Clock should be up. So we could just pull a little combo wombo. Throw the Rock Slide. And we get the job done. Bye-bye, Miss Wiggly. Or Mr. Wiggly. But yeah, that 1 HP throwing the Power Up Punch I thought was a really nice play. Okay, and comes Slowbro. Similar to last game, just a different slow. Let's see how this opponent plays it. Will they shield? Will they let it go? They're going to let their bro go. I'm going to try and commit here to the Hyper Beam, and I'm going to force him to foul play me here. And he does foul plays. That's a really smart play. I come in right away because he's still switch locked for a little bit. I get off my Power-Up Punch. Ramping up, ramping up. He's going to land a foul play here, which will chip me. And it's a Charmer. And Charmers are really tough for our team. You know what? I'll address it after this battle. But we get the shield from the Psychic. We come in, Mr. Crustle. Charms are doing a little bit more than our Smackdowns, but Smackdowns are also chunking. Got a shield, right? What else would I shield at this point? No reason to go for Rock Slide, in my opinion, so I'm going to go for double X-Scissor, because if they shield a Rock Slide, I just lose. But they call the X-Scissor a terrific call. I'm going to get off my X-Scissor here to do 1 damage, because the counter would KO me anyway. And now Medi gets the tie. So it's a tie. It's not a loss, which is unfortunate, right? Because we had a good lead. We had a good counter swap, but then they just saved 2 shields for their tap-tap Charmer. And that's something that this team does struggle with. When they save 2 shields for the Charmer, it's pretty difficult. Let's see. I was going to say, you know what I could have done? I could have just committed to fast moves. I could have just pupped here right away. Maybe they get scared and I get a shield, best case scenario. But then I'm doing some more damage. Or you know what? Oh. If I had baited pup here, I believe I'm only 2 counters away from the next pup. So then I would have gotten to a pup against the Scrafty. So actually a winnable game. A winnable game, but you know, can't always play perfect. Can't always win them all. It's part of the game. It's still a 4-0-1 set. And we get a Dino as the reward. Two weeks left in the Go Battle League season 10. Let me know how you guys are doing in the comments below. If you're trying, what's your goal? If you're trying to reach Ace, if you're trying to reach Veteran, how close you are to that goal. Because you guys can do it. You can certainly do it. I was streaming during these battles last night, so that's why I'm like pausing here for a second. I'm asking chat what they think we're gonna be at for a 4-0-1. If you don't know what that means, it means 4 wins, 0 losses, 1 tie. Silver Bullet is the next opponent. Another positive lead. Lots of Scrafties we're seeing. In comes Ariados, so I swap in Crustle. And Ariados will actually win this matchup if you try and farm it all the way down. You cannot farm it all the way down. Something I've learned from repetition. So I actually go for X-Scissor here because this obviously won't KO, but it'll do enough damage that I can farm down. And I'm willing to commit a shield here. I do throw my X-Scissor, which is definitely a mistake, but I know this should just be a cross poison. So yeah, that was just a bit of a panic throw there. No reason to throw that X-Scissor there, but it's alright. I mean, it would have done maybe like 20% or less to Scrafty. We still have alignment, which is what's more important. Our opponent's staying in, which kind of scares me. Like, he's staying in. Is he trying to just get rid of this? So now I'm like, okay, I guess I'll throw my pup. It's like he wants me to expend the energy here versus against whatever's in back. And I decide to shield. Yeah, I'm going to shield because like it's like he's trying to get rid of it with Scrafty. In comes Talonflame. Really weird animation there. I get the shield. I swap Electrode, and we should be good. So that was a situation where there was really no reason to bait. Either I do a ton of damage with the boosted Psychic, and then I Volt Switch down, or I get the shield, as we saw, and then I can just go for a discharge here. This is still going to be a little scary. I probably should have done one Volt Switch before to give the Scrafty less farm. But one counter does the trick, and we take the win. So people are good in these elo ranges. You get good leads, and they do a good job of trying to flip it. In comes Galarian Slowbro. I'm going to go for a Psychic here to try and get the shield. And I actually land it. I decide to shield here just in case they're running Focus Blast. Most of them aren't. They do get the defense drop, which is unfortunate, but luckily they don't have like a fighter, and Crustle will be able to do a lot of chip damage here against the Druddigan. I even get a shield from the X-Scissor. Now I'm just going to go straight for X-Scissor. Get it off before he gets to another, or before he throws his move. And it did enough where these smackdowns get the Druddigan extremely low. I sneak in a counter. Take the claw. What's in back? It's an Ariados. I try to catch there. The game doesn't allow me to. I decide I'm going to shield. I'm also going to bait here with Pup. I feel like they kind of have to respect the Psychic. They do. I swap in Electrode. This Ariados is going to outpace me. But I have a lot of energy stored on my Medi. I'm committing to the beam here. I'm kind of forced, because I know Discharge won't KO. So I'm kind of forcing him to throw his energy. And then they try to catch. They thought I had it loaded. I did not. So I'm not sure how much energy that Ariados had exactly. But if it was 2 away from the lunge or closer, it would have actually won if they just stayed in. All right. This time I swap right away. And it's actually a Hex Slowking, which is pretty cool. They usually run Hex Shadow Ball. Only hard-hitting moves from Slowking. He's got the, the weird-looking shell on his face. I take the Shadow Ball. And actually throw my X-Scissor here because I know he'll get to another move. So this will force a shield if he wants to get off his move. I do get the shield. And check out what I do here. I actually am willing to give up Switch. And the reason is we saw it was an Alomomola in the lead. So I'm perfectly fine with either of my Pokemon being aligned with the Alomomola. And now we're going to see what's in back. And it's an Ariados. And being up a shield here is so good for us. Being up a shield is so good for us. I swap into Electrode, and I'm like, all right, I got to start shielding something. So I shield, assuming this is going to be a lunge. And it's actually a Mega Horn. So a big shield. And now we're looking to be in a pretty dominant position. This is a situation where like I already know how I'm going to win. I'm just going to land a discharge. I'm going to shield. I'm going to farm all the way down. And I'm going to Hyper Beam the Ariados because Electrode should win CMP over the Ariados. And our Medi is still healthy enough where, let's say somehow the Ariados wins CMP, Medi should still be able to get to another Psychic. So, pretty safe situation here. Go for the beam. Boom! Get out of here, you bug. Stop bugging us. And we get the win. And I think this might be the last battle of the video. Medi versus Slowbro. Tough lead. Slowbro does pretty well here. So we're going to swap immediately into Electrode. We lure out the Ariados. And I'm going to go just for discharge immediately because they haven't debuffed us yet. And I land it, which is nice. We'll see if I can get to my next discharge before they get to their next lunge. I think I should be able to because I had that 1 Volt Switch head start during the Slowbro's confusion. I get here, I get a shield, and it's CMP. So that's terrific for me. That's like best case scenario. And now, I know I can't really farm it down with Medi before it gets to a move, so I'm going to smack it down with Crustle. So I am willing to reveal my third, and they come in with Slowbro, which tells me what's in back, probably either a Charmer or something weak to Crustle. So I'm going to be willing to preserve my Crustle here, for sure, since they came in with the Slowbro. And I'm going to just smack all the way down. What's in back? It is a Talon Flame. And these smackdowns are just junking so much. Talon is 1 Incinerate away from its Flame Charge. I'll get off 2 smackdowns worth of damage. And at this point, it doesn't really matter. I just decided to let it go. And Medi will be able to counter down. G to the G. This team is confirmed busted, in my opinion. I have not had a negative day with it. Just keeps on winning, man. And you'll see the elo go up after we catch this Azu. Yeah, Medicham is obviously one of the stronger Pokemon in Great League. Electrode in this meta is extremely safe as I swap. There's very few people running Grass, so it's very safe. And then Crustle is like a really hard check to the Bugs and Talonflame. I guess it's not that hard of a check to Ariados. We see Ariados can really put up a fight in that matchup since the lunges are neutral. But Talonflame, very hard check to Talon. All that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I've got some cool videos coming soon. Some different elo ranges rather than all this like, oh, 3,500 shenanigans. So some more maybe relatable elos where you guys will see teams that maybe you're running into and that sort of thing. So stay tuned for that. All that said, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, comment anything you'd like down below. All comments help us out on the channel. And all that said, thank you once again for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.